I am so excited, Josh, to grab you
Yeah.
today while you were in town. As many of you know, Josh Myers is a graduate of Miamisburg High School and Ohio State University and now playing for the Green Bay Packers. But the thing, Josh, people don't know about with you is the unbelievable mental challenge you faced your first couple of years at Ohio State. Talk about that for a minute, because everybody looks at you and thinks, man, you've had the dream.
Yeah,
You just
yeah,
lived
yeah.
the dream that every kid wants.
Yeah. I committed to Ohio State as a sophomore, and for most of my high school career was a top 5 player in the country, just so that you can understand the context of what I was stepping into when I got to Ohio State. So there was a lot of talk about me starting as a true freshman, which I was in no way, shape, or form ready for.
When did you realize I'm not ready to start here? Was it like first day?
First day of pads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we threw
Okay.
we threw the pads on during spring ball, and I knew pretty quickly that I had a ways to go. There was just so much pressure from that standpoint. The coaches were pushing me extremely hard to try and get me onto the field, and I wasn't ready for it. Wasn't ready mentally, didn't know the game of football well enough. We were in fall camp my true freshman year, and I got sick the second week. I was losing ballpark of around 12 pounds a day, throwing up 6 or 7 times a practice. And, you know, at Ohio State, we'd have to weigh in and weigh out. So I wouldn't be allowed to leave the facility at the end of the day until I gained all of that weight back. So I would just sit there in the lunchroom while everyone else went home and just ate to try and gain the weight back because I was sick, because I kept throwing up.
And while that's happening, you're being challenged in terms of your manhood in some degree, right? You're
Constantly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And almost being encouraged to say, you can't make it here.
Yeah, constantly. Yeah, you're not good enough to make it.
Did you go through a period where you believed that criticism?
Yeah. Yeah, I certainly did. Well, it's hard. I think when you get talked down on so many times, so consistently, and you know, you start to believe it, and you have to pull yourself out of it. I mean, that's what I had to do.
Where did that grit come from?
Yeah, you know, there were so many times where I don't know if I've ever even told anyone this. I would drive to the facility and listen to the song "Voice of Truth" and try and convince myself that I belonged.
Wow.
And I would do it not like once every couple days or once a week, like every day for like a year. I did that. But so like faith was a big part of getting through that for me. And then I would just think about my family, you know, my hometown, my friends, everybody who supported me over the years and who sacrificed things for me, but especially my family and my parents. I don't know, at a certain point I got sick of getting talked down on and being told I wasn't good enough. And I kind of just put my foot down and just kind of willed it to happen.
You had another mental health challenge, and that was last year when you tested positive and you had to spend time away.
It was awful. It was absolutely awful, especially with like football being such a team sport and how badly I, just wanted to be there for my teammates. And I moped around big time for like probably 3 days. It was just, feeling sorry for myself. Just an awful first 3 days. And then the more I kind of was there, the more I was hopping on meetings, and all of my focus went towards helping them, getting them ready, and just cheering them on and being the biggest fan for them that I could be. And that's how I ended up getting through it.
So Players Box exists, and we're getting ready to go to 6 days a week, trying to be a place of intervention and training for helping students perform under pressure. In the arts, we have dancers who are pressured into body image issues. In academics, we have kids. We literally had a girl who got a 31 on her ACT to get into Ohio State and is wondering now, am I going to be the failure in the family? And then there's the athletic pressure. Why is Players Box right now, for such a time as this, such a critical initiative for SouthBrook?
I think the pressure of sports, especially on kids these days,
it's out of balance, isn't it?
It's so out of balance, and I've seen it. It's tough when people you're really close to, it affects them. I mean, people I'm really close to have almost walked away from the sports that they played because it was just crippling them. I mean, that's the best word I could use to describe it. It was crippling.
Crippling, yeah.
the anxiety that they experience from it.
Wow. Well, thank you. We're so proud of you, and I just look forward to seeing how the Lord uses you, because He has given you a platform. But I don't think you'll say anything more important this week than what you just said to parents and students who are going to hear your words. And we just appreciate you so much, Josh.
Yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.